Time is money in any business, but especially in this business.
With the Houston Rockets, there are several different needs that they have. It might surprise people that they are similar to a lot of corporate organizations in some ways.
We have a ton of travel. Kind of have to divide the travel up between the basketball operations side and the business side. And although we're all rowing in the same direction, it's very different. Corporate Traveler has helped us manage both sides of that very well.
So I basically help all of the travel for the business side of the Houston Rockets, probably 200 plus full-time staff members. I genuinely don't know how I would do it without Corporate Traveler.
I oversee our scouting department, 10 to 15 people that are on the road, say anywhere from 15 to 20 days out of the month. We focus domestically and internationally. Sometimes we're doing this travel, love to say we do it well in advance. Sometimes it's not. You have to leave tomorrow or the next day. I think when we made the transition to Corporate Traveler, it was a seamless transition.
Before Corporate Traveler came on, we had one person who handled the travel for everybody. And quite frankly, that job was probably too much for one person.
Very hard to navigate some of the natural challenges that occur when you travel as much as we all do. And so you need answers quickly. And, we get those answers when we need them.
I feel like once I've given the information once to Corporate Traveler, I never have to repeat it. It gets stored in some magical file somewhere, and they know preferences down to time of flight, what airport they like to fly to, seat preferences, when we book first class, when we don't book first class. The fact that they already have that already stored away and remember all of those little details goes a long way.
Where it's not simple is if you get a snag where you have a flight cancellation and you miss a game, or there's weather.
You might have only a certain window for a scout to evaluate a prospect, and you have got to get to that city by a certain date or certain time. So if you were to miss that really does impact your business. Corporate Traveler will find solutions to help that person get there.
So we've always had a 24/7 service, but whenever we started working with the Rockets in 2016, we started getting some feedback on some ways that we could improve that service. And so we actually ended up building out a whole new 24/7 team that was fully trained in sports to be able to assist. That ended up going so well that we rolled it out to the rest of our customers.
There is always someone there to help 24/7. I feel like no matter what situation we are in, I'm able to email someone and get a response quickly, and not only a response, but a solution. I feel a huge sense of comfort of knowing that I just have to literally send one email and they will reroute, they will fix it.
I've never heard them say they can't or they won't, or, we can't solve this. They've always found a way. They know the parameters that we want to have our budget within. I don't worry about the financial side with them because it just works for us.
We feel like it's been almost tailored to the Houston Rockets and what our needs are.
They've really become part of the organization, quite frankly. They are our travel department, so to speak. And then that trust is there, and the customer service is impeccable.
Especially when it comes to hospitality, our organization, that's a huge piece of it, delivering quality service to our fans and customers. I feel like they know that same level of detail.
We're excited about our team, obviously, from that standpoint, but in terms of Corporate Traveler, the thought has not entered my mind that we need to look for another travel partner. I'd be upset if they called us and said they didn't want us anymore. I'd be more upset about that because it works, financially, it works from a service standpoint, and they deliver.